Okay, and we're live for right now. It's just me and what are you calling yourself, Spicazzi?
Spicazzi. Spicazzi, yeah.
Spicazzi.
It's
All right.
it's two words together. That's what I'll say right now. They're actually
No
two
kidding.
derogatory terms, believe it or not.
Well, I'm actually yeah. I'm just gonna let my imagination wander there. But no, Spicazzi. I like it. I like it. So you were
Absolutely.
not in DC. You were not in DC today.
Nope.
Nope.
I went last month. I figured somebody would go this month and bring attention to what's going on, but I got to do everything, huh? Uh,
All right.
Hey,
How's it going, good girl?
what's going on, Kyle? How are you, darling? Sorry, I was on earlier, but it was dead air. I didn't realize. What time zone are you?
I am Central Time. I am
Oh,
Texas
okay.
time.
Oh, okay. Well, then that was the problem. I'm Eastern, so
Oh,
I
you're
thought,
Eastern. Holy shit. My apologies.
duh, yeah. No, we're good. I was there for a minute, and I went back and checked the channel and saw because that's what I was asking for a post. So I would, you
Okay.
know, but that's okay. What's going on? Did I miss anything good?
No, we're just talking about how Jovi did not go to the DC event today.
Well, neither did I. I was
Well,
yeah.
scheduled to.
you were scheduled to go?
I was scheduled to go. Yes, unfortunately, last minute stuff. So I didn't watch
Oh,
any of
shit.
it. I haven't watched any of it because when stuff like that happens, I get a little disappointed. I like to wait for the after. Although I did just catch real briefly before I came on, people got stabbed.
What?
Noble
Yeah.
Beer got
Again?
stabbed. Yeah, what happened? I should have. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, my schedule was a little hectic, so I haven't really
I can't.
been online to see what happened. But
Yeah,
do you know?
we thought that it was Noble Beard who got stabbed, and apparently
Okay.
that's still up. That's still up in the air. Um,
Okay.
so I was actually watching it on Don the Pleb stream, and his stream was pretty solid. Alex Jones made an appearance, and
I saw a link to a stream where it mentioned Rufio and Alex Jones.
it was pretty amazing. Everything you could expect,
Alex
everything you could
is
expect, and
absolutely.
he got the crowd shouting 1776, and it was everything you could have ever dreamed for.
Oh, see, this is why I didn't watch it because I would have just been completely bummed out. I wasn't there to experience it. Real time.
Okay,
Yeah.
mandatory. I don't use GMT. No one I know uses GMT. If I just laid out GMT, everyone would be fucking confused. I wouldn't know what time my
I
stream was
wouldn't
on.
either. I wouldn't either.
I was confused yesterday.
Well, let's not go there, Joey. You were wrong.
Oh, let's. No, I was not wrong. I was on time. 12:30
No,
Saturday morning AM.
that's
Ah,
why I
If
asked
man.
you.
if I say Saturday night at 12:30, it means Saturday night at 12:30. It's technically Sunday morning, but it's still Saturday night.
Right, right. And that's why I asked.
Oh, no. That I'm
Yeah.
just telling you right now. Technically, it's come on, man.
Well,
I stayed up.
actually,
I know you were complaining about going to sleep and then you were up for like another 2 hours arguing with people in chats.
Yeah, because I had to catch what's it call it? I had to catch a trip to leave
Not
where I'm
DC.
at, and then no, no. I don't need to say where I'm at or where I'm going, but yeah, I had
No,
to go
no, that's
somewhere. I had to get there. And I missed it. I'm so pissed. I had to book another one. I'm so pissed. But
so you missed it
but
because of
yeah.
the show?
Well, because I did everything on this guy's schedule for
Right.
12:30
Okay.
a.m. on a Saturday. It's 1:40 a.m. on a Sunday.
It's
But it's
still
fine. It's
Saturday
fine.
night.
Look,
The
It
directions
is.
were pretty clear.
this is
Anyway,
this is
so
this is like
I wouldn't go
the
that far.
liberals when they're like, it's not the truth, it's my truth. It's not the time, it's
Oh,
my time. Oh, excuse me. No, it's fine.
I
I don't.
said 12:30 a.m. Saturday night. How
right.
is that confusing?
Well,
Which was
no,
which
not
was
even a little
25
bit.
hours ago.
Not even.
All right, all right. So let's get
All right.
down to
Anyway,
brass tacks. Y'all
Yes.
have beef.
yes.
Y'all got
Well,
beef.
it's not real beef, but I called them out on it.
Called me out on what? On my
On how you
traditional
handle.
masculinity or the
Nope.
ideas of traditional masculinity.
Nope. That's not what I called you out on. You know better than that, Jovi. I called you out on how you handled the situation. I called you out. The only thing I disagreed with you in your handling of that situation was what I told you. You could have
Yeah,
used
yeah. All
text
right.
only.
Well, we're gonna get to the politics of this. I don't want to get too into the
Yes.
personals, but if you
Go
want
ahead.
to do
Yeah,
that,
I
we
don't
can
either.
do that later
I don't
on.
either. I don't either.
So,
Go ahead.
so the reason why I do stuff like this, right? The reason why I even have a channel called Women Shouldn't Internet, it's not to shame women really, but it's to push men off the internet as well. Because when women are on the internet, all these weak men want to stay on the internet and not get off their you know what and do something. That's why nobody went to DC that cries and complains that there is no such thing as a political solution. Well, you need to start waking people up. There's just too many weak men on the internet that are looking for women. And if these women would get off or encourage these men to get off the internet, which you would have to do on the internet, which is kind of upsetting, of course, then we
Right.
would have more men out there ready to fight. Don't you think if there was and it's not even just women. I'm gonna say it like this: these are just straight whores on the internet. Like I'm talking about the
Oh,
most
there's
promiscuous, most
plenty of them.
dirty, filthy, immoral type of harlots running around the internet. And guess what? All these men are being shamed for being virgins. And guess what? I'd rather deal with an incel than a deceptive whore, you know? Like it's just disgusting to me. But it's even worse when they're all pushing these ideas that they're right wing, you know? So
Right.
it just a lot of toxic is surrounding these groups, and I see it. And I saw something yesterday disgusting as well. The promotion of promiscuity, the promotion of, you know, single parenting. Ah, it's so disgusting. I can't. Like, if you're a single parent, understood, there are struggles and all. We do know that. But if you're pushing these ideas as normal, like, yeah, it's
No.
fine. Single parenting is fine. People will admit, like, yeah, there's struggles because I didn't have a husband, or there's struggles because I didn't have my wife, you know, or a
Well,
woman.
that's the thing
But
is
like,
it's not normal. Let's
No.
be abundantly clear. Children need a mom and a dad. Like
amen.
I'm not even gonna say two parents. They need a mom and a dad.
Thank
Like
you.
Yep.
they need the representation of duality in their lives. Like they need light, dark. They need masculine, feminine. They need both, and
Yep.
it's not enough just to have one side of that equation. And
Right.
Yep.
what is particularly most unhealthy, in my opinion, is I saw the most hilarious post, and it was a hose mad group on Facebook
Oh,
where
oh God.
they're getting pissy. They're getting pissy about these boys raised by single moms who clearly don't respect women at all, and they're like, "How did this happen?" Let me explain how that happens. When a woman who is single is still dating men when a young man goes through puberty and he sees women dating from the woman's side, that will eliminate all respect that men have for women. All
Well,
of
of
it.
course.
and it's not that, you know, the woman side of dating is innately immoral. It's just, it's a completely different power dynamic that men should
It
not be able
is.
to relate to. Men should not be able to relate to a woman dating, period. Like, the the tactics and means that women have to navigate around other men, like as they're dating them, because there's like a gross disparity of strength. Women have to use different tactics to make sure that they don't die, or that they're not assaulted, or that they don't like say something the wrong way, and that's going to come across negatively to a young man, always. So
Sorry about that.
that's
Well,
that's why
Good.
you need that's why you need a mom and a dad to properly raise a kid.
yeah, but
I know
but
that
how,
firsthand.
but look how many of these so-called right-wing women are single mothers, not mothers at all, pushing the ideas of promiscuity, pushing the ideas of just, you know, being with whoever makes you feel good at the time. And that's what is going on with women today. It's all about comfort. It's all about, you know, luxury. It's all about rearranging furniture. Has nothing to do with sacrificing. It has nothing to do with conforming. It has nothing to do with conservatism. It has to do with what can I do so that I can be a
Something.
part of this movement and not really move. You know, that's what women are doing. And even the ones that go out there and punch a 90-pound commie, you're not doing your womanly duties. So I really don't care how many commies you punch out. You know, a womanly duty would be to lick the wounds of the soldiers. You know,
Eh, I'll be honest, Jovi. I like a woman being an activist if she has like, if she doesn't have a home life. Why not? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm the first to criticize. Like, nothing pisses me off more than seeing women like Tommy Lauren, because she's always pissed me off. There's not been original thought that's come out of that woman's mouth that most people watching the nightly news didn't think of the night before. And Tommy Lauren
yeah,
would get on the Blaze and say something that, you know, something empty, something that was clearly scripted.
yeah,
And then
like
you
Trump
have
doing. I'm sorry. Go on. I'm sorry.
and then you have, you know, the obvious actors like, who is it? Roaming Millennial, Lauren Chen. It's like,
No,
okay, you're
no idea.
attractive, you call yourself conservative. What's going on? I know you have dating prospects.
We can go a level higher than that. We can go to Tommy Lauren. Did you see the rant she was doing up against men? Like
Oh,
She just did. Yeah,
yeah.
she just
good.
did another one? What is
No,
wrong?
that's the one I'm talking about. She just, yeah, I did. I saw it.
She did this near Thanksgiving because apparently the guy doesn't want to deal with her crap, you know? And then she's like realizing, oh, I'm gonna be alone on Thanksgiving. This sucks. I'm supposed to be this, you know, happy girl. I don't know. I guess she was a cheerleader or something, but she just has this idea like she's gonna have the perfect life. But her mindset about men, she's gonna adopt cats. That's what I dumb it down to, really. It's just adopting cats. Like I see you drying your tears with cat fur. Like that's what's gonna happen. You know, and I'm a cat guy. I have cats, you know, they're somewhere around here just running
So
around.
don't
Oh,
I.
Yeah.
As do I. I have one. I have one.
And
It's a
see,
family cat.
and what these
yeah,
women don't realize is that in order to keep a man, right, they should stop trying to compete with him. You know, and that's the problem today is that women are trying to compete with their men, and they should not have to do that. What they should try to do is submit, but not in a sense that, you know, you can beat the crap out of me and I'll just keep my head down. It's to submit to the idea that he is the man and he is the provider. But if he's not providing, don't shame him for it. I mean, women have to also acknowledge the fact that it's easier to, women are being hired faster than men today. You know, unemployment for men is so high depression is high, suicide is high. The fact that 75% of murder victims are males, maybe even 80. The fact that men are the ones, work-related deaths are like 93%, like all this stuff that hurts men in the workforce and out of the workforce because women are also involved. Like, how many men have to go through some type of training in order to work with women? It's not easy for a man to work with women. It's not. They can make it seem like it is, but no, it's not. Like, I worked in an environment where there were a lot of women and gays. It was in fashion, and
You worked in
it's
fashion?
well, I just worked at a clothing store, but I've
I
also
see.
worked with I've also worked with models and stuff, and I used to do a little modeling myself, and I worked in that field, and all these women, man, it's just like, I'm supposed to be a gentleman, but she's not going to be a lady. Are you serious right now? I'm supposed to be careful with the locker room talk, but I have to hear about this woman and why she can't do anal with this guy. I I had to walk out of my what is it? The break
Where
room
were you? A porn
sometimes.
studio? A porn studio? Come on, man.
That's the thing. It's not even a porn studio. It's just a clothing store. It's like women are allowed to say whatever they want, and gays too for some reason, but they're allowed to say whatever they want. And God forbid a man says that he made out with a girl, which we don't really need to talk about this stuff in front, because one of the things we shouldn't do as men is talk about women in front of women, unless it's like this, and then you could generalize and no one gets in trouble, except for every guy, I guess.
No,
But
I've actually found the opposite, and this was how do I put this? Like I have found that the more that you stand out, like the more you make yourself appealing. Like I don't like this whole timid culture that men are told to accommodate to.
mhm.
But no, the more you are like naturally assertive, the more attractive you are. Like that for me, that's never been a problem. Uh,
Yeah.
it might be in the workplace technically, but most of the regulations there are like you have to get a warning. Like they have to say, like, please don't talk about that. Like they have to make it known to you, like vocally. So I don't know where that like I suppose it's like a social expectation, but that's just something that as a man you should just break through on your own.
Well,
So
n- yeah.
so are
Yep.
any of you two married? Like either one of you?
Oh, so
Whoa,
we're doing personal questions now? I thought we were keeping it political here.
whoa, where did
I'd rather
good
keep it
girl
on
go?
the. I mean, if she wants to answer that.
Huh? She dropped out.
No, she dropped out.
Yeah.
Weird. All right, we'll wait for her to come back. But yeah, I like
Well,
to
no,
keep it more on the political side.
the reason I
And
ask is because you launch into things about women supporting men like in the work, but not criticizing the man when he's not working. I have to say, I'm a married dude, and sometimes you need the lady to put a boot up your ass to get shit done, and that's just part of the like refining process of being in a marriage. Like,
well,
Well, it's a
hey,
marriage is
good
a
girl.
partnership. A marriage is a
Yeah,
partnership.
yeah,
absolutely. I was
yeah.
actually going to ask if either one of you were actually married.
Well, actually,
So
I started to respond to you, but I realized somehow I get disconnected, so I just jumped back in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
maybe
see.
it's best to just keep it to the political side and not the personal side.
Well, he's just asking a general question. And I was
Yeah.
married. I was married for 15 years. I was married at 19, had my son at 21, right a month before my 21st birthday. 15 years, and unfortunately, he was unfaithful, and I left him. So
Yeah,
after
Okay.
15 years, so yeah,
yeah.
I was a single
Sad.
mother. I essentially raised my son myself. So I get the whole
Yeah.
single mother thing.
Yeah, I was married for 4 years. Uh, I do believe not being equally yoked does play a part in this.
Okay.
And I don't know. It wasn't a real marriage. I call it a millennial marriage. It's just one of those things where people decide they want to, you know, get to the next level in their relationship, and instead of buying a puppy, they decide, yeah, let's get married. But it was stupid and didn't make any sense to do so. And it was very disrespectful to my family because I didn't say anything to them at first. You know, it,
Oh.
it, it just wasn't me to not, because the thing is, she was close to her family, but in a different way. And I thought it was strange because I didn't we didn't like call each other husband and wife, and her mother never knew she was married. Like her mother didn't know anything
So
until
you had
like we
secret marriage?
was it secret? It was in secret to my family. It
Well,
was
no, I
secret to
meant to
hers.
hers.
To her family, yeah, it was secret. It was like
Can I ask
it,
why
it
that
didn't make
was?
any sense. It didn't make any Well, it's probably because she didn't have a father growing up, and she actually did, but the guy's a scumbag and said that she was her uncle. That that was her uncle,
Okay.
and then she
Holy
told
shit.
me, yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So
Oh
her
my
trust,
God.
her
Oh
trust
my
of
God.
men is going to go out the window, and the idea of marriage and family and all that does not exist, right? Because of that. It's like, how are you supposed to say that you believe in family when you were a product of this? But yeah, I was married,
Okay.
and
Okay. Well, my question, okay, you misunderstood my question. My question was, why was it secret? Not why was she distrustful of men?
oh no, I heard you say it was a secret marriage.
Right.
That's what I heard you say.
Right. No, right. And then I asked, why was that?
Why was it was secret on her
Why was
side?
it secret for her side? Right. For her side. Why? Why did it have to be secret?
Because she shouldn't what to call it, just do things like this behind her family, and her family didn't know that we were even together and stuff like that. Like I was well, every time I came by, I was the friend, the
Right.
mother.
But why? Why?
Oh,
What do
that's
you mean why?
weird.
Okay, why are we
Yeah.
getting into
Why?
personal stuff? So anyways,
Oh, okay. I mean, there's got to be a reason. That's, if you don't want to share it,
there
that's
is a
fine.
reason. There is a
Okay.
reason. It's because I just told you they didn't have a family. There was no
That
point
makes no
in me
sense.
even trying to do something. That makes no
That makes no
sense.
sense. No,
There was
she doesn't
no
have,
family
she didn't
unit.
have, there was no dude, listen, there was no family. So she hid her marriage.
She
What?
didn't trust her mother.
Okay. Okay.
Huh.
If that makes
She,
sense. No,
her,
listen, if that makes sense to you.
it makes perfect sense. The father is being a lying scumbag. The mother went with the lies. She didn't trust her mother. She had no reason to share that with any part of her family. They were
Okay.
She lost their
Okay.
trust or whatever, untrustworthy.
Oh, okay. See, now you explained it a little bit more, and now I understand that. The way
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. That's fine.
So it does make sense, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
It just
It
took
I
a
does. It
while
understand
does
what
getting
make
you're
there.
sense,
saying.
right?
No, I understand what you're saying, but does it make sense? Absolutely not. But go ahead. And it's not on you. It's no fault of you. I'm speaking of, yeah. Okay. Anyways,
I'm pretty sure people will say it makes sense just by the way I explained it.
yes.
But anyways, yeah.
Oh my God.
So yeah. Well, don't ask me if I was married then.
I didn't
Like,
ask you.
No, I'm just asking because I like experience. Like, okay, well, one of my big problems with the one of my big problems with the kind of like the paradigm that we're in is like we're in like this post-truth era, and I don't think it's post-truth. I think it's post-trust. Like we don't trust any of the information that we're given. We don't trust the experts. We don't trust the news on the TV. We can only like half trust anything on the internet. So the reason that I
Yeah.
asked for like your personal experiences because that's all we have. human beings are a composition of their experiences and what they adapt to. And I find that, finding out where people come from, what their experiences are, it's relevant. Like, because that's what you know. What you know is what you've experienced. And, we can abstract that, but I think it's best that we don't. Like, I like reality raw.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's the reality of it. That's the millennial marriage, I would call it. That's what I called it. It was just
Yeah,
on impulse, I guess.
I find that very, very odd. That's a weird one for me.
I mean, it was common where I lived. It's because it's the urban cities and stuff like that. People just do things without thinking. I mean, everything's a New York minute. Everything's so fast paced, so people don't think and they just jump into it, and then they either regret it or maybe something good will come out of it. You know. But
Right.
but my relationship with her is not why I don't trust women or have respect for. Well, I wouldn't even say they're women. I would just say they're vile, disgusting whores that lie to men. And if you were on the left wing as some feminist or whatever, then I wouldn't care. Like I would not try to judge you. But when you have the audacity to say that you believe in conservatism and you really don't, and you're just trying to find a man who does, that way you can like, break him or something, or find someone who you think will treat you like a lady just because he's a conservative. It's like, no, I'm pretty sure a lot of conservative men will not give respect to whores. I don't expect them to.
Interesting.
And I've been saying this for 2 or 3 years. I spoke to that girl, what's her name? Princess, Fit Princess or whatever. The one that likes to show her breast and let everybody know she voted or whatever. That little
Wait,
plastic
who is
whore.
this?
She's some internet e-whore something. I don't know. She was on Instagram and she's like has like thousands of followers or whatever, and she's like always showing her breast. Everything's fake. Everything's fake. Lips are fake. Face is fake. Breasts are fake. She's on the right wing apparently, and she was saying something so retarded, and I was calling her out on it. And then this was like 3 years ago, and then I was like, oh my God, women on the right wing are just as bad as the ones on the left. If anything, worse, because they make it seem like they're against that, and they're just like the biggest hypocrites. They're even bigger whores than the ones on the left, because the ones on
All
the
right,
left
so
might be, yeah,
okay, Joey, I hear you. Here's my problem.
yeah,
What? Because I understand what you're saying, and women on the right should be, living the principles that they espouse. However, my problem with this, being the carnal conservative that I am, I like
hmm
when the right has sex appeal. That's something I enjoy. That's something that I think is marketable. It's something that, we need to entice people to our side and be reasonable. And, the data's the data's on our side. The reality is on our side. When you live a conservative lifestyle, you are a happier human being. You have a happier experience with life. You, you you're more fulfilled sexually. I can tell you that much. So where's the line? Because I need women to flaunt themselves and say, "Hey, this is something that any man should want." And yet we have women who will flaunt themselves, but not walk the real walk. So tell me,
exactly.
where's
Okay,
that line?
so this is my theory that women don't really have like there's no political spectrum because it's mostly feminism, and they're fed it at a very young age. They're indoctrinated, and even the ones that say that they're anti-feminist, a lot of what they say reminds me of when I would go to those hands off my birth control events or something like that, and I would hear the same talking points, and it's always like any type of woman that tries to belittle men just because they don't agree with the woman is more on the feminist side. Like I hear my parents argue sometimes, and my mother doesn't argue like all these feminists. Like she gets an argument with my father, it's something completely different. the way these women argue, it's almost like they think they're smarter just because they've been told that they're smarter. They think that that just because a guy wants them for 2 hours and just because it's multiple guys, all of a sudden it means that guys like them. No, guys enjoy their 2 hours.
No, hang
I'm
on,
giving
hang on,
them
hang on.
more credit, if
So,
anything. 2
are
hours.
are, are these women generally single?
These women, unfortunately, a lot of them are probably not even single. A lot of them are probably mothers, wives. They just, and I'm talking about women that are supposedly on the right. Like, I don't really see any right-wing women except for maybe Lana Lockteff because her and her husband have a show together. Like it's same thing with anybody in the nationalist side as well. Like you call yourself a nationalist, but yet you can't even get along with your own brothers, your own family. What is a nation but a family, right? And that's the same thing I see.
Yeah.
Huh?
All right. So let me get let me get Good Girl's take on this. Where do you think that line falls? Because I'll be honest, you are one of the more enjoyable people on Telegram.
Because I don't do drama, that's why.
Excellent. So, okay. So how do we balance the sex appeal with, vetting out, and it's not just the ladies, the guys and the ladies, because I've recently uncovered
Corn dogs.
Uh-oh.
Well, men not living up to, the standards they should.
What they
Hey,
do.
I'm in there too, man. I'm in there too, but I can admit it. Women don't admit it.
Exactly. Okay, there you go. Nobody's perfect. We strive for progress, not perfection. But I just, as far as, there's a lot of hypocrisy on the right. It's the right just as much as the left. How do we balance it? I know in trying to start, I'm proud of you, girl chapter. Well, there was a lot of issues to begin with the whole. A lot of the boys didn't want proud boy girl. So they don't feel that there is a place for women to be. They just, you have different versions as far as the Proud Boys go. Myself, I mean, I believe in the tenets. I believe that women, I don't think, there's a lot of guys that don't think women should have any part of this movement whatsoever. Oh,
I disagree with that.
Right, and as do I, because I'm one of them front of the line girls. When I said that I had agreed with Jovi, it was only on one point, not his whole particular point. He was speaking about women being, because a 90-year-old feminazi punched a commie punched somebody in the face, no, I'm sorry, a 90-year-old, 90-pound conservative women punched a Nazi in the face or a commie in the face, or she's on the front lines fighting. That doesn't, she should be home licking her husband's wound or a man's wounds. And I didn't agree with that. She shouldn't be on the front lines. No, maybe not necessarily the front lines, but that's the type of person. That's where I stand. But I totally get with standing behind your man. If you're in a traditional, Western woman, you want to be home. You want to.
Yes.
I don't fault a woman that works. Listen, every situation is different. You have to do, a real woman, a real mother will do whatever it takes to get done what needs to get done to take care of her family. The optical situation and scenario would be a man that has a good enough job to provide where the woman doesn't have to do that. She should take pride in being a housewife. Venerate the housewife. When I say I believe and stand by all those tenets, I do. This is where Jovi and I disagree. I don't believe that women shouldn't necessarily be on the internet. I don't believe that women shouldn't be vocally standing up for what they believe in, backing their men, backing conservative, backing their beliefs. You asked me to spread the word about modernity, being against modernity. And I do it every chance I get. You and I, Jovi, tend to disagree on some stuff. I told you, we agree on a lot of stuff, but I absolutely support. I've been with this movement since the beginning, just almost the very beginning. Followed Gavin as a comedian. I actually saw him doing stand-up one time, years and years ago. So I'm all about this. I don't, I don't have a problem with women on the front lines, but I absolutely would push, and I do, Western values. I don't think there's a problem. I do think that conservatism should be hot. There's a difference between modernity and confidence and projecting your best self. And yeah, I mean,
I get the aesthetics. I get the sex appeal. I know it's like, I hate to say this, but it's such a J term to say that sex sells, but it's true, right? Still,
absolutely it does.
I don't need a whore waving an American flag for me to support my country. I don't need a whore shooting guns who probably doesn't even know how to hold it properly to support my country. I don't think a woman's a patriot because she waves an American flag and holds a gun. I don't think that for a man either. I will say this though. If we had a choice, right? Okay, let's just put it like this. If no woman at all went out there and fought, right?
Yeah.
Would it really make us weaker?
I don't know.
You know what? The answer is yes. I'm going to step in here.
But what I'm saying, I don't know, because in like what terms do you mean weaker? Weaker as a nation? Weaker in what sense?
Like okay, if none of these whores existed, right? And I'm not even sorry about this. Like, these women are just disgusting. Like, I can't even call them women.
You keep saying, look at stop the generalization. It's not all women.
When a woman marches in a pro-life event and has an abortion, she's vile, she's disgusting. I want nothing.
Listen, I totally listen.
That is
I agree with that.
It's like a man. It's like a man walking with men through the men's rights movement, right? Like walking with those guys, helping fathers, and then next thing you know, he's a cuck. Like, he's a cuckold. Like, he's watching his wife get banged. Like, no, screw that. Okay, I'm not wasting my time with that. So I can't even see them as women when they do that. So but the thing is, right? I want to try to see, like, if a woman deserves a podium, but I got to be honest with you, ladies, and I'm trying to be nice here.
Here we go.
You haven't fought for your rights like men have. And even when you were given these rights, you didn't respect them the way men did. Because men respected the rights in the sense that they didn't cry that they didn't have property, that they didn't fight in a war, and they didn't do bucket duty to vote. But women cried about it just because they were homemakers, And then all these women were allowed to vote. And guess what? Look what happens when you give women rights. Everyone deserves it now. And that's ridiculous. Rights is something that you fight for.
Repeal the 19th.
Well, it's not even about repealing the 19th. The thing is, this is what I want. I want women to have an idea that they can vote, but they just won't. And if they do, they vote on the side of the men in their house. And that's it. That's what I believe. And there's so many women out there who suck their teeth, roll their eyes, and just cross their arms, right? At the idea of this.
Did you see me suck my teeth? Is that why you just said that?
No. I'm pretty sure me and you agree a lot on the ideas of.
We do. Again, it's your mode of putting it out there. Yeah, you could be a little more.
And let's put it like this. If women could only vote, Hillary Clinton would have won, right?
Oh no! Please, no. Stop. That's the stuff of nightmares.
But I'm just saying, what, the stuff of nightmares? You mean the stuff that's happening
Hillary
now?
Clinton
This is
being
stuff.
president. No,
Yeah,
Hillary Clinton
thank
being
God she
president.
wasn't president. We would have seen all these monuments being torn down and riots in the streets and chaos and all
Why?
this,
What's the difference now? What's the difference
government.
now? Monuments are still being torn down. It
Exactly.
doesn't matter. Monuments are being torn down
Exactly.
now. So
Exactly. The only thing is, it needed to be Trump because everyone needs to blame the white man. Everyone needs to blame him for everything. Because God
Oh,
forbid, this stuff was going to
please.
happen even under Hillary. This stuff was going to happen under Hillary. If she would have won, it would have happened. Same thing I say.
Great.
If Al Gore
So
was
what? We would
president,
have blamed the white
9/11 would
woman
have still
for it.
happened.
Like,
oh yeah,
I
They
don't.
would. They
I
didn't
don't. I
blame
don't.
the
I don't.
black
I don't
man.
get
They
that
didn't blame the
argument.
black man. They didn't blame the
I
black man.
don't.
So they're going to try to find a way to not blame the white woman, because she's
Okay,
seen as a
so
minority for some reason.
it doesn't matter who would have been in office. Like you're just going off about blaming the white man for something that really would have made no difference at all.
No, you're not
right.
listening. I'm saying it doesn't
But
matter who's in office because the chaos would still occur, but the blame, it would definitely change the blame game. It would say that it's not Hillary Clinton. It's kind of like, how you guys blame everyone else but Trump when mistakes happen in the country. And I don't mean you.
Who's
I
you
don't know
guys?
if you guys.
you were
Who's you
I
doing
don't know
guys?
if you
so
guys know.
well. You were doing
Wait,
so
no.
well.
Okay, fine.
Right.
Fine. Not you guys, but the Magatards. The Magatards, they blame everyone else but Trump whenever things go bad. But when things are great, it's all because of him. It's like
Well, hang on,
like I would
Jovi.
love to see
I have
Trump
to
golf a
go
bad
back
game so they can blame it on someone.
to your question, Jovi. I have
Reclaiming
to go.
his time.
I got to go back to your question about whether or not having not having women in like part of the movement would harm the movement or not.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing it back to that.
The fact of the matter is, yes, it would harm the movement if women in general were not permitted to be a part of it. And
Absolutely.
the reason why is because before we had modernity, before we had electricity, before we had all this wonderful stuff, women would have their own society. They would have their own society down washing the clothes down the river. They would have their society. They had their own spaces, and those spaces haven't changed. They've just morphed. They've morphed, and it's no longer the kitchen. The new
Right.
spaces for women are moms' pages on Facebook, believe it or not. And if you
Yeesh.
don't, and if you don't have those kinds of spaces, the only representation you're going to have is a bunch of, just a bunch of dudes who
Stroking
may or
each
may
other's
not
egos.
exactly who may or may not know what the hell they're going to be doing, who may not know what they're doing, and they have no validation because you got to understand the force that women have in society as a whole. It's not just political; it's economic. Women, despite
Thank you.
whether or not they have whether or not they're working, the economy is still female. The economy is still run by women who are given money by their provider, whether it's a husband, whether it's the government, or
I was just
whoever.
going to say whether it's Big Daddy government. Yeah.
Exactly. The economy is female, and if you don't have the female element in your movement, it's just gonna die. Like I can't remember the last time that I even heard of an MRA march, and there's a reason for that. There are no women advertising it.
Right.
You need women advertising the movement.
There's like one woman out there doing that. Like, oh man, what is her name? I know her name too because somebody was just talking about her. She's like the only one that advocates for men. The only one that advocates for men. Is it KCJ? She's the one that looks like Lena Dunham for some reason.
Yes, she's good. I like her. I've seen some. I don't not too familiar.
She's probably the only one that knows what November 19th means, and it's not even just November 19th. It's like men. You have to understand, men are losing so much ground right now. And when we thought the right wing would put men first, it's nothing but horrors. Like I would love to say
no. Hang on. I I have to correct that, because the idea that, and it goes all the way back to your conversation about the 19th Amendment. Look, the American exceptionalism was not, putting the man above the wife.
Mm-hmm.
American exceptionalism was made when men and women left the East Coast. They left the East Coast, and what happened after that is they left the old colonial patriarchy. Now, I'm not bashing on patriarchy, but the colonial patriarchy was a system where the woman, the wife, was essentially her husband was her second father. And when they moved out to the West, what happened is, hey, now you have a woman next to you and you got to rebuild civilization together. That's what the West is all about. And it's not about, and trust me, when women first got the right to votes, and the first states that gave women the right to vote was, I believe, Wisconsin and Utah.
Really?
Now,
I didn't know that.
The strange one there is Utah, because Utah was famous for polygamy. And everyone thought, hey, well, wait a minute. If the Mormons give these women the right to vote, they're going to vote out polygamy. They never did. They never did that. And the reason why is because polygamy was a tool to liberate the women from all of the household duties and to do other things like build hospitals. Like the women in the Salt Lake Valley built hospitals and granaries and silk farms and all this stuff. And they had their own printing press and their own newspaper called the Women's Exponent. Men and women left that old form and then built their own way, and they had to build it together. And it didn't cause these horrible things like no fault divorce. That was something else. So you're going to the root. You're trying to dig out the plant and toss out the baby with the bathwater. So I'm
not talking about leaving the colonized East and going to the West. I'm talking about right now. I'm not talking about back then, because these are different people than today. I'm talking about the postmodernists.
He's talking about back when the 19th Amendment was passed.
Well,
is what he's speaking.
Well, look, they saw it as, if women can vote, then anyone can vote. So where's the value there?
3/5.
Remember,
it is significant
at
to
that
note
time,
that during the feminist movement, when they got to women's suffrage, they didn't want to pass it. Even the women didn't want to pass it.
Yes, I'm quite aware of that fact, and I probably would have been one of them women.
Yeah, and I would have been I would have been of the same mind, and the reason is because back then your vote was still representative. Your vote was still like representative of your land, the people who worked under you. Women were still they were relied upon to do like the daily day-to-day grind that would keep the household going while the man went out to vote. And the only other reason for you to vote was to disagree with your family. That was the only reason to give a woman the right to vote. And most women said, we're not really needed for that right now. So we have to remember this. Even giving women the vote, even back then, was not considered feminine.
Okay.
So there's a difference between feminine and feminism. There's no femininity with feminism.
No, not
feminism,
especially not third wave. Especially not third wave. Listen, I am I'm the mother of a white male. Believe me, I've dealt firsthand, and I see, and it kills me. You have no idea. It kills me to know what my son has ahead of him as far as struggles, because of third wave feminism. I'm not even totally against first, the original idea of feminism, what the original principles and what they were trying to gain. Not all, but some. It's just taken a life of its own. It's gone from, let women not even just vote, just some sort of equivalence where women aren't necessarily second-class citizens. They're not property. That's where I think the original idea of feminism came from, and I agree with everything else since then. It's right now what we're dealing with is just completely anti-male, and worse is that it's anti-white male, it's anti-Christian, it's anti-conservative. My son is screwed because he's all of those things. He's everything that a Western male should be, and I just
God forbid he should be the one leading these movements. Then, God forbid a woman lies and says that he did something to her, and that's it. His life can be over. Just by, God forbid, right? Just by saying that. A man doesn't have that power today, And the thing is, like, I used to think like, oh, third wave feminism is the most horrible. It's like, no, the first one. If you really think about it, right? Third wave wouldn't exist if it wasn't this idea of saying that you deserve this right, even though you didn't really fight for it. And the fact is, not every man can vote at that time. So women didn't care about that. The women that did push for this, the ones that nagged their husbands until they finally passed it, those women, right? They didn't care about this, right? This is all cultural Marxism, by the way. This is where it starts. It started in America right here, right with this, right now. Because right there you're saying that, look, I don't want to fight any wars. I don't want to own any property. I don't want to, do any bucket duty. I just want to have the right to vote, right? And it's because they wanted to shift the society into...
Who said this?
Who said this?
Jovi did.
Wait.
I love the grand sweeping accusation.
Wait, hold on. So women in the early 1900s, they knew that men couldn't just vote. Men had to own property.
Well, no, the women's right to vote didn't occur until well after black men were given suffrage. So at that time, all men could vote without any qualification.
Right.
No. There was a time where only white men can vote, and the white men that could vote were not all white men. It was just men that owned property, men that fought in wars, and men that did bucket duty. Those were the men that could vote. And I would be fine. I honestly would be fine if a woman who's a nurse voted, if a woman who's been involved with, contributing to society.
Listen,
and yes, I get it.
I think there needs to be a litmus test and some sort of. Listen, I am a huge constitutionalist, but I look at the shit show that is today and what we've become, like the people that are voting, and it obviously they're not all legal votes, but I almost agree with you on this. Like there should be some sort of where you contribute. Like you should have a say. If you're just going to sit back and live off the government and, in a Democrat run city or state and do all that, I kind of don't. It's hard. I'm a little hypocritical in that. I admit that, but it's frustrating. It's beyond frustrating to see the people that are allowed to vote,
welfare recipients should not vote.
What was that?
Welfare recipients should not vote.
No.
Period.
Okay. So I'm not.
I would have to disagree with that because there are welfare recipients that are not going to be on welfare for the rest of their lives. They're just no. It depends because it really depends. It's a case by case basis.
A litmus test.
Yeah.
There's got to be some sort of bar where this is my frustration right now because I don't believe that because I'm a constitutionalist. That is your right, until you lose it or do something like, where you don't have the right to vote. But it's beyond frustrating. So I say it all the time. I'm like, this person, I see all these videos, TikTok videos and all this stuff, Snapchats, TikTok. I've never downloaded one of those. I don't know anything about this stuff, and I see them posted all the time, and I say to myself, this is our future. This is what's voting. This, like, yeah, I'm the first person. I love to laugh. I have a dark, twisted sense of humor. I don't get offended easily, if ever. But like some of the people out here that post some of the stuff they do, I'm highly offended. I'm highly offended not for what they're doing, but the fact that they get to vote. They're deciding my future and my son's future and my grandchildren's future. It's beyond frustrating. So that's where my hypocrisy comes from. I acknowledge it.
Yeah. That woman that was crying about this guy that was put to death, who set 2 white women on fire, by the way. She was just crying about it, and I posted that on Women Shouldn't Internet, and I was like, by the way, she can vote. I just want to let you guys know, and I'm gonna keep posting this. Like I'm gonna post, of course, the kid that sets himself on fire. That's probably 18 or 19 doing some stupid challenge. But I do let men know that, by the way, she can vote. And that's gonna
Just
be
always gotta throw that in.
Yeah,
that's
I'm
the
sorry, but
meme right
I'm
there.
just as offended at that woman voting as the cuckold voting, like
Right?
the soy boy
Simp.
voting. Like
The simp.
it's a non sequitur for me here. Like,
But I got to be honest with you, most men are simps. Like I'm looking at that right now. What's going on? Like I have guys that are like they see the word rape and then they freak out about it. I was like, whoa, dude, relax. Like we're just talking about it. We're not saying, even if I tell you, hey, everybody here, every man out here, go rape a woman, right? I just said it. I didn't rape anybody, right? But apparently that's just worse, almost. Like they see it as worse if you say something like that, right? And this is because of society we live in today that's really, really sensitive to these words. Like I don't care
Yes.
if someone told me to go rape a woman. I don't care about that. I was speaking about this recently, and they made a video about it, and I was just saying that there's a lot of weak men out there, and they're crying and complaining that white women are going with black men. Well, if you would just take charge and rape your women, then you would definitely not have to worry about that. But I do mean it in a
oh my
way.
god.
I do. Hold on. I do mean it. I do mean it in a way that men have a woman in their lives, and they need to do all they can to really let her know that you are the man in her life, right?
You know what?
And
No,
if it
I
means,
actually
just grab your girl and just have your way with her, go have your fun. I mean, there's a lot of
all right.
women out there that don't care if it
Yeah,
is
let me
their
know
husband
how
or
that
their
works for you.
boyfriend.
That's not really the crux of the issue from where I stand.
Yeah.
I have 4 daughters. Four.
Oh, God
Yeah.
bless you. I didn't know that.
Four.
You
Amen.
and
I've
Mrs. Connell. Congratulations.
Thank you.
God
But
bless.
no, we have our daughters are coming of age.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Mrs. Carnell have a conundrum because we have realized that as we're looking to like movies and TV shows and all of the media, we're trying like hell to find something that shows men in a positive masculine
Oh.
role. And it's challenging because we've tried movies like The Princess Bride, we've tried movies like
Oh, is that why you did
Ghost.
the is that why you did the poll or whatever for
Yeah,
the post?
absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
yeah, we want our daughters to be exposed to the idea of what a good strong man is, because Jovi
God
is
bless.
partially right. There is no strong white male presence in media at all. Like there's no strong Western patriarchal paragon to look to in our media anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem that we ran into, of course,
What
is
a
our
shame.
daughters our daughters are coming of age. So
Right.
movies, the men in the men that are in like Ghost and Princess Bride, they're a little old for them
Right.
right now. So they're not
Right.
going to be like
More
I want
modern.
Western values to be enticing to my daughters.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have to do the same thing, except scale it back to like that younger puppy love age, and that narrows it even harder. And it's just like,
Oh,
come
God.
on,
Yeah.
and so we have this problem where it does truly seem like the only expression of male aggression and masculinity it apparently comes from rap videos,
Yeah.
and I'm sitting here going,
God.
fuck this shit. Like I
Gross.
can't I can't. That's not healthy, and it's not just not healthy for the white males who don't know how to present themselves or how to appear as attractive. It's not healthy to these young women growing
Black
up and
males.
asking
Oh,
themselves,
okay.
what should I be looking for?
Right.
There's no education to women as to what to properly look for in a man.
Well, you know what?
That
I'll tell you, let me just interrupt you real quick. A big thing that bothers me is I grew up in an age where the saying was, you looked for a man like your dad. You know, I mean, I grew up in a two-parent household. I know that not all girls are blessed like I was with my family, but unfortunately, there's so many fatherless homes. What do they look up to? So then you have Hollywood and all this nonsense, like you're speaking of, where
exactly.
you literally have to put a poll out on Telegram to find out, hey, can you give me some ideas of some strong, positive role models for men for my daughter? I mean, you didn't put it out there like that, but still, it just because other than like you said, rap videos, what do you have? You have like violent, these action heroes, adventure, like Arnold Schwartz. I mean, again, you're talking dated Arnold Schwarzenegger, Bruce Willis, Sylvester
I'm not
Stallone,
going to
stuff
rape your
like that.
daughter.
And
Sorry.
that's not realistic. I mean, that's not realistic. That's not, I mean, it's, yeah, obviously Rambo going over and fighting for America and, yeah, that's patriotism.
Well, I was accused about it. Yeah. Well, they
Set
put
up.
me in the Me Too movement too. I was like, I didn't touch her. She was like, doing the threesome. But it's
You
just
have-
sad,
You have a business. You have a future. Jovi's impressions. I'll give Jovi this. Listen, Jovi, see, you say I don't give you props. You did say that, did you or did you not? I gave you props about your
No,
impressions.
you don't give me props on my politics. You give me props on my impressions. Yeah. It's like,
And but is it props? But is it
I don't
props?
need props though. I don't need props. I mean, look,
But why'd you
honestly,
ask for them then? But why'd you ask for them?
No. I was just, messing with you, but
yeah.
I'm just saying. No. I really don't. Because the thing is, even when people, there's something wrong with me because when people do compliment me, I think they're lying
that's
to me.
obvious.
I think they're lying to me. So I don't trust people complimenting me. And when they compliment me, I compliment them back. Or I try to say something that has nothing to do with what you just said about me. Like if you said, I love your voice, and then I would say, let me hear you sing, or something like that. Like I would not even try to like appreciate the compliment, and I don't do it on purpose. It's just
yeah, but
it's not
listen,
very
I've picked up
masculine.
on that. I've picked up on that. I've picked up on that in you.
It's not
That's
very
funny.
masculine. It's not feminine either.
No, it's not.
It's
no,
just
if
because
you're getting complimented, either own it or you gotta play it off like it's cool. You just gotta be cool with it.
How about
making
just
it awkward.
appreciate it? How about just
Exactly.
appreciate it? Whatever happened to sincerity?
Don't get me wrong,
Whatever happened to sincerity? I appreciate when people compliment me. I appreciate a thank you when I compliment somebody else. I mean, hello, can we just be real?
Exactly.
The thing is, I will say I will gloat and boast about myself, but if someone ever
Of
boasts or gloats
course.
about me, I don't know. Like I just don't
Wait, wait,
trust it.
wait, wait. Hold up. There was a post that gloated about you.
There was a post.
And do you know what did you
No,
just say?
he said when
No, no, no.
people
When people
when
like what's it called? It say anything about me, like they give me a compliment, I won't take it, but I'll do it about
oh
myself. Like I say, I'm a handsome man. I'm a big guy. I have a beautiful voice. I can say stuff like that, right? And I might
Mhm.
even be joking, to be honest.
Right.
Like I don't need to care about any of that. Like, you know, but yeah. And then if somebody insults me, right?
Yeah.
What's it call it? I'll either insult myself or I will just tear them to shreds. Like I I don't know. I just don't like I don't like the fact that people who are anonymous on here are insulting my looks, you know? And then you get to see what they look
I
like
get that.
and then you just think, does hills have eyes, have extras, you know? Like it's just
uh-huh.
like weird creatures. Weird creatures. But you know what? I'll say this. The problem that we have right now is that women want attention and men want approval, you know? And that's what I'm seeing in society today. It's like men want to be accepted by women, right? So they'll peacock or whatever, but they can't really do it on the internet because they might be some fat slob that has no way to interact with this woman. So what do they do instead? They attack other men, and this is very much a simp trait to attack other men, you know, very beta to attack other men. It's about boasting about yourself and telling the girl like, you know, you're the one, like don't even waste your time with anyone else. You know, I'm here. It's like Trump does it. Trump doesn't say someone's name. He gives them a nickname because he's the alpha. He belittles the men. So he calls them Little Marco, uh, Lying Ted, you know, stuff like that, and I do that as well. Like I don't call what is his name again? You see, I almost forgot his name. The leader of the PBs. I don't call him that. I call him the Afro Cuban or something like that, right? With I called what's his name? McGinnis. I call him Gavin McAnus. You know, stuff like that. And it's just like I don't because I don't see them as men. You know, I don't see them as doing what they're supposed to do as men. Like, you know, I guess you guys like him. I don't know, but I don't have respect for Gavin McAnus, and that's why I gave him that name because he did something that's very disrespectful and very much cowardice, you know, of him. And it's just it's upsetting how these are the guys that are the leaders of the movements, you know, like Roger Stone, he's a swinger. Alex Jones, I don't know, something going on with his kids and his wife and his custody. It's really sad too.
Yeah,
And it's
come
just like
on.
I'm
That's a
looking.
custody battle. Don't that, that's
Yeah,
below
but
the
the thing
belt,
is,
man.
if you have a custody battle, right? You shouldn't be here, if anything, ruining your chances of being with your children because you're saying all these things. Like I get it. Some of the stuff I did agree with, and you know, I was on InfoWars at one time. We had a bunch of us that were on InfoWars one time, and we called ourselves the Info Warriors. It was pretty cool. But then we realized it's like none of this matters because all these guys are just, you know, playing the part. They don't really take this seriously. Like they don't want to dig deep onto what nationalism is. He keeps saying 7076 was commence again, you know, and it's just like, uh, what are you talking about? Like you don't believe in 1776, you know? You're saying it will commence again, and it's just like you don't care about that, you know? Because I'm pretty sure you will encourage Americans to register their firearms, where I don't. Like if you really want 1776, don't register your firearms, don't tell anybody about it. I'm like, come on, really? It's ridiculous. It really is. And I don't even want to talk about it because people are so afraid to talk about that. But this is the problem with men. Men are so they're not consistent, you know? It's like you say that you don't want government tyranny, but you can't wait to strengthen the military and the police force. Like, are you out of your mind? That's government tyranny right there. That's where it starts, you know? And it's
Whoa,
just
hang
like
on. Whoa. We are like way out in the weeds. We're, nah, no. Cut it back. Cut it back.
fine, we'll
Because
keep talking about yeah.
well, no, it's dude, you do this thing where you just go off on like these random tangents, and somehow it even like there's like a kernel of what the original point was, and you got to work on that. You got to work on staying on the topic.
I said the problem with men is that they're not consistent. We are talking about the battle of the sexes, and I'm just explaining what's wrong with men today. There's no good what's it called, example of a man in a right-wing movement, which is very upsetting. The only one I see, one of the only ones, is Graham Allen. But unfortunately, Graham Allen is more of a conservative ink, I guess you call it, you know? And it
Well,
would be great. It would be great
well,
instead of
no,
shaming the guy. Yeah.
no. The problem is when it comes to politics, when it comes to culture, the figureheads, it's the shit that rises to the top. Like you're not gonna get like a nice, like a solid, principled patriarch to represent a movement. He's too busy doing real shit. Like he's going to be the one actually providing for his family. He's going to be the one going to the day job. He's going to be the one, um, you know, like making sure that his family's provided for. So all of the talking heads, they're by their nature, they're just going to be shit. Like I've pretty much conceded to this notion. Like I've given up like having any sense of principle for those who we are almost obliged to call figureheads. Like even you pointed out, like I don't even know why Alex Jones having a custody battle is some knock on his character. It's what Alex Jones has to do.
It's like when John Voight talks about making this country better, and I'm like, dude, you should have taken care of your daughter. Like it's just I'm gonna throw these shots because we all know a train wreck Angelina Jolie is, right? So it's just like I can't do that. If anything, Donald Trump did okay with Ivanka. I mean, she married a guy who's like 666 on Fifth Avenue. Like, yeah, we knew you knew what number that was on the building, but I'm just
Good
saying,
Lord.
you didn't know that? You didn't know that he had a building? Jared Kushner had a building that's 666 on Fifth Avenue?
I honestly didn't care.
No. Yeah, thank you.
I didn't care. It's a non-issue. It is. He had a plot of land that just so happened to have the
Oh,
numerical assignment of 666 on Fifth
oh,
Avenue.
right, because it's a
Wow.
coincidence. Yeah.
I
I
mean,
oh my God. Do you believe in any coincidences? That's
I
kind of
believe
random. That's random.
I believe everything happens for a reason. I believe God
No,
is
I do
involved, of course.
too. Listen,
I don't
I do too. God is good all the time. But
and I don't
there's,
believe a Kabbalic Jew like Jared
listen,
Kushner will
sometimes the
will
cigar is
not
just a
know.
cigar, Jovi.
Sometimes a cigar is
Sometimes
just a
the
cigar.
cigar is just a cigar.
there you
Sometimes
Unless
it
go.
you
could be
want to
one of
suck on
those.
the fat
It could
cock.
be
Unless
one of
it's in
those
Bill Clinton's hands.
explosive cigars. But
Unless it's
but
in
what I'm trying to
Clinton's
say
hands.
is,
Go ahead.
what's wrong with Graham Allen? What's wrong with Graham Allen? He does Rant Nation. He's a father. He's a
Nothing.
veteran. He's a
He's all,
Christian.
I like him. I like him.
I, but why is he
Well,
not being promoted more than Charlie Kirk or all these other guys? Like, why is
well,
it
Right.
that
I'll tell
he's
you
kind
one
of in
of
the
the primary problems with Graham Allen is, by and large, I've never heard of anything he's done.
Right. Well, I get Jovi. No,
And
but that goes to Jovi's point. I'll give Jovi that. Like, why isn't he being promoted? I have heard of him. I have seen him. I've seen his videos. He's kind of big on Facebook. But
well, yeah, and
he was
another
like,
he
thing
was
is,
again, it's they that goes to listen. You can't blame anybody for not being. It's not like he's not out there doing stuff. He is. It's the censorship of
well
conservatism, anything related
it's
that's
it's
not
because they're
left.
telling him to take a back seat to the to the Bachelor, take a back seat to the black conservative, take a back seat to the Mexican conservative, take a back seat to the Muslim Trump supporter. It's just ridiculous. It's like we're always trying to find other people to be in a driver's seat, but they're not the ones who built the car, you know? And it's just like, I don't know, man. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of like, look, people are so scared of like the fascist right. And I was like, who do we have? Like a guy that wears cat ears, another guy that dresses up as Riddler and Joker. And it's like, there's all these characters dressing up in costumes, you know? And then they call me the LARPer when I go out there in a suit and I tell them, yeah, I'm not for homosexuality. Yeah, I don't believe in this, you know? I mean, one of my ideas, right? And I hope someone does this, is go to the women's event and hand out aprons, right? Just start handing out aprons to one of these feminist rallies. You know,
I would do that.
I always wanted to do that, you know, but then everybody's like, oh, why would you do that? Like, there's always criticism from people who haven't lifted a finger.
I would do that.
At least movie critics watch the movie. Wow, that's ridiculous. But I would want men to stop waiting, right? I think this guy said it. What's his name? The Turk that dresses up like Joker. I think he said this. He said, I didn't go to the event. I didn't go to the event today because that's not my fight. Well, it wasn't my fight, but I still went. The reason why I went is because there's other people out there that want to prepare for that fight that you're talking about. And they're never going to be able to prepare for it because they don't know that there's somebody out there that can speak with them or for them, or even, you know, make them feel better about going to an event like that. Because when I went to the DC event last month, there were people there that were a part of I call them America Fisted Gapers, but whatever, you can call them whatever you want, you know. Nickelodeon Fuentes and all his crew, they were all out there. And there was a couple of guys that were at the event that didn't feel welcomed at that event. It wasn't until I started saying what I was saying when I was calling them out about being optics cucks. And you can even hear in the video today in DC, somebody said, optics, guys, bad optics, while he's punching the guy in the he's punching the Antifa in the face, and the other guy's going, hey, that's bad optics. Shut up, clown. Go punch.
Oh, he left.
Who
he
did?
Must have cut out. Jovi.
Who did? Jovi did?
Yeah, but by an act of God, apparently, because I swear to God I didn't do it.
Oh my God, it just gets going.
But no, but back to another thing I wanted to get to is the good women of the movement, like Michelle Malkin, married, has kids, still does her job. Beautiful. Why can't we get more of that? Good girl, are you there? And apparently her mic is out, apparently, or she can't hear me.
No, I'm here. Can you hear? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Did you hear what I said about Michelle Malkin?
Yes, Michelle Malkin. Yes, I was sitting here commenting. I didn't realize I had switched screens, and I didn't realize my mic went out. Okay, so no, I won't do that again. No, I love Michelle Malkin, and again, this just goes against Jovi's point that, you know, conservative women are needed in the movement because she's a righteous mom. She, you know, I mean, but she's out there all the time. She has her family. That is a main priority, but that is why she fights. You know, I mean, that's it right there.
So as a woman, help me out. Oh, Roving Millennial is married?
I didn't know.
I did not know this.
I thought she was engaged. Okay, because you mentioned her earlier. And like I said, I haven't seen her in it's a couple of months. I don't think last time I saw one of her videos. But isn't that her fiance that usually is in her? So maybe she's married now. But what is it? Huh. You're the one that had a beef with her. Well, not a beef per se. I won't use your words, but. What is your issue with her? Because, like I said, I haven't seen her.
I thought that she was just one of those pretty faces.
Oh no, she's pretty base. No, she, like I said, she was very Western womanly. She had her, I believe that, I'm pretty sure that was her fiance that would be on with her, and it was kind
Okay.
of cute. It was kind of cute. You know what I mean? I've seen, like I said, I'm just trying to think back. Like I said, it's been a few months. Yeah, so that's why I was curious what it is that, happened, or, kind of,
Okay. Well, then I have to retract that one about roving
there
millennial
you go.
because apparently she's gotten with the program. Hopefully she
Oh,
breeds for the
okay.
West
Well, there
soon.
you go. Cool. All the power to her. See,
Exactly.
people can't change. You
Yeah.
can't see.
Wait,
That's my issue. That's my issue with Jovi. If he would come back, and he knows, I've told him outright. You've heard me. Is his hypocrisy on the fact that one sex does this and one sex can do that, and people can't change, and you make one mistake, but he claims to be a Catholic. It's, yeah.
I
So.
never claimed to be a Catholic.
No, not you, not you. I said Joe. No, I said Jovi. That was one of the, you know what I mean? Like, you at least will, you don't generalize, and you acknowledge if you make a mistake. Got to respect that.
Well, the thing is, I feel like when it comes to women, they only want to hear when a man says he's wrong, and they never want to say that a man is right, you know? But they'll use a man's talking points, which I find, kind of absurd that you won't give them. I don't really hear that about women. I don't hear women
You know,
complimenting men
Oh, there you are.
unless it's to be.
actually,
Am I
let
here? I'm
me
sorry.
yeah,
Yeah,
let me
no,
cut
I
in here.
thought, I
One
was
of the
wondering. I'm sorry.
yeah,
But
one of the most wholesome things I did, like back when me and my wife were dating, is we actually met on a Facebook group, a singles group.
no, really?
Yeah, we dated
Oh,
online for about a year, and
wow.
Wow.
I'm
Wait.
yeah,
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
we're so one of the posts that I did is I asked the women of the group to um basically, and it was how do I phrase this? It was a no limits. What is the number one thing you love about men? And my God, that was the best like thread ever because men don't hear that shit. Like men don't men are not told enough what's good about them. And women get it
Absolutely.
women get it far too much in my opinion. Like it's it's
Because they think
saturated.
women are sensitive. Because they think that women need, because women have been trained and coached and basically taught, indoctrinated that, beauty is it, and compliments, and, you're the princess, you're the, yeah, like, it's, women are the more sensitive of the two, and they need to be handled differently, men and the women. And
You,
personally, myself, we're humans. So, I don't, that's just a human to need, not necessarily adoration, but like confirmations on, it's okay all the time. I know what you're saying, but it's not just women. Again, the generalization, but go ahead.
I don't know. I mean, you say you're human, but can a human bleed for 7 days and still live? It's like,
Yes.
Yes. Well, hello. Hello.
Yes.
You rang?
bleed out for
Yes.
7 days and still live. But no, the thing is, right? Uh, Women being told they're pretty, they're beautiful, all these compliments doesn't change them. And if it does, it's not for the better. Women need to be shamed, right? Women need to be given these
Lord.
women need to be shamed in order to grow. Women are not going to grow without being
Some women,
shamed.
again, some women do.
Okay.
Some women do.
Women are not going to grow if you tell them they're beautiful and pretty and smart and whatever else guys tell them, you know? Like, it's hard for me, like, even if I'm with an attractive girl or whatever, right? it's hard for me to tell them that they're beautiful or pretty or intelligent, you know.
Of course it is.
It's like,
For
okay,
you.
you ever seen Casino? And then
Yep.
and then
Not surprised.
Joe Pesci
Oh
is
my
talking
God.
to Sharon Stone, and then Sharon Stone
Oh,
goes,
that
I
infamous
know
scene.
what you're saying. What do you think? I'm stupid? Do I think you're stupid? No, I think you're beautiful. And I love that line because he didn't call her intelligent. If anything, he called her stupid because
Oh my
instead
God.
of I just love that line, you know, that just made me laugh so much
Of
because
course you do.
she goes, what do you think? I'm stupid? Do I think you're stupid? No, I think you're beautiful. And I just thought like, oh, that's the best.
You see,
That was
Jovi.
It fits his
yeah.
narrative.
Here's your problem. Here's your problem. You're trying to return the venom instead of actually fixing the problem. Like
Yes, he's vengeful.
here you are. Here
Aren't
you are
vaccines used
complaining.
through the venom itself? Like aren't vaccines what's called it created through the
Oh
venom
my
itself?
God.
Oh,
Oh
I
my
was just
God.
gonna
No. We are not making a false appeal to another phenomenon to try to excuse this arrogant behavior. No.
Thank you.
No.
Hey, you want to use metaphors, and I'm taking it out of literal sense, but it's also metaphorical. Like, you know.
Yes, except
Oh,
in
it's
your case,
metaphoric.
this doesn't work.
It's metaphoric. Go ahead, Jovi. Keep going.
So no. As I was saying, look, you want to complain about, women putting men down in the chats, fine. But then you want to say in return we should be putting women down in the chats because it helps build them.
Boom.
Clearly, this has not been working for you in a positive manner. So
No.
why not? So why not, Jovi? Just an alternative tactic, an alternative solution. Why not tell the women in your life or in those in your influence to start stating what is good and positive about men?
There you go.
Wait,
Like,
you
that
think
would
I don't
be-
do that?
I was just
No.
No, wait.
I'm gonna-
Wait, hold on. Hold on. I have to stop you right there. Shit, Jovi. You did tell me. Yes, he actually did say that women need to, and not me specifically, but that women in general should be behind their man and boosting them up. So
No.
Sorry.
I understand that sentiment, but there's a difference between saying you need to stand back and support your man than approaching a woman as an individual and saying, "Hey, what is it about men you love?" That is a completely different stance.
okay.
That is a completely different
Dude,
expectation.
You're right.
Trust me,
You're right. Okay.
I've
Yep.
taken these approaches where I even go deeper and I say, when you go into your house, right, and you use your kitchen appliances, do you think a man? You know, it's because men have invented all these things to make. You ever notice that the men's inventions have made women's lives easier, right? It's always
my God.
Holy hell, Jovi!
Do you think that women didn't invent a thing? Do you think it's just
okay. Can you
men?
can you
Can it
without
just be
googling
humanity? Dude, can it
without
just be
googling
humanity?
without
Can it just be
research
humanity?
without no, I'm just saying without searching, name one thing a woman invented. Not you, Carter,
The
because I'm pretty sure
dishwasher.
you're gonna answer. Oh my god.
The dishwasher. No, I'm dead serious. Women invented the dishwasher.
Okay, what's
They
the
also-
okay, I'm sorry. What's the vaccine? Is it the polio vaccine? No, that was for Salk. There was a vaccine. Listen, women don't stop. Women have contributed to society. Stop, Joey.
Yes, by giving
Listen,
birth to these
majority-
inventors. I
absolutely
know.
will give you- listen, men lead the way. I get that. The numbers
They
are
do not
astronomical.
lead the way.
No.
They do not lead the way.
What?
No, this is just sheer retarded autism.
Men
We were
are
talking
not
about
leading the
about
way.
approaching women.
Yeah.
We were talking about men approaching women and
Yeah,
saying,
go ahead. Go
"Hey,
back to that.
let's try to change the paradigm. Let's try and make women more aware, or make men more aware from women, what women adore about men." That would have been a far more positive thing. And then we get this autistic shift to, oh, well, why don't women think about how much men have made for them? Who
Right.
gives a fuck? That doesn't
You wait,
fix
wait.
anything.
So you don't think
that doesn't
the fact
fix
that
shit.
men
Weaponize
thought
Do you
about
thank your mother for wiping your ass every day? Seriously, do you walk
when I
around
was
thanking
younger?
your mother?
Yeah, my mother reminds me too. My mother said, when you're younger, I had to wipe your butt, and I was like, "Thank you, mommy." Like, "Thank you, I appreciate that."
Yeah,
Bullshit.
as a
I didn't
mother,
do fuck all for
hold on. As a mother, we say that jokingly and like lovingly.
But it's true. It's
Right.
true. And my sister says it too, because my sister took care of us whenever my mother was busy because there's like 6 kids, so it's like, yeah.
Okay, so
my sister
what did
took
that
care of us.
accomplish?
Go ahead. Next.
So,
Go ahead.
What did it
so
accomplish?
what
It
what
gave
does it
me this
accomplish?
appreciation. It gave me this
God.
appreciation of a
Bullshit.
God-fearing
Read.
woman.
Bullshit.
It gave me this appreciation
What
of a
absolute
God-fearing
bullshit.
woman.
Did
Oh,
you,
because
what does that
because
have to
all
do
these
with
women, are
That has to do with
God-fearing,
being a mother.
right?
That has
No,
to do
no,
with
but
being a
by
mother.
the
That has
time you're
nothing to
12,
do with being God-fearing.
yeah,
Stop.
but by the time you're 12, by the time you're 16, hearing that your mother wiped your ass when you were little, it deserves nothing more than an eye roll.
Right. Yeah,
What?
exactly. Thank you.
Okay,
Yes.
so you walk around with your swamp butter or whatever, and your mother doesn't wipe it at all. You'll see, yeah. You would need your mother to do that for you. What do you mean it
No, I'm
doesn't deserve
16
anything?
already. It doesn't matter. I'm already wiping
Okay,
my own
and
ass.
yeah, but
Yes.
you're
It doesn't
wiping it.
matter.
You're wiping it. Okay, what
You
year
are
did you
literally
start
bringing up
wiping it?
shit
What
that does
what
not
year did
matter
you
when it
start?
comes to the day-to-day needs of men and women. Like, what the fuck are
Okay,
you doing?
men.
What are you doing?
What am
Why?
I doing? What am I
Yes.
doing?
What are
I'm trying to tell you. Look, I get it. I get it. You're happily married. God bless you and your family and all. I don't know how many women you've been with in life, but I'm just letting you know, man, that like women are completely different today. Like, you met your wife how long ago?
We will be married next year,
Yeah.
5 years. So
God.
pretty recently.
Amen.
Amazing.
Okay, so you met her. You met her. Okay, wow. You met her recently then. Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I say recently because
I met her on a
That-
Facebook group page. A Facebook
yeah, I know.
group.
Which
Come on.
is
You said
amazing.
That's shocking. That's shocking. And look, hey, more power to you and your family. Blessings be on you.
So wait a minute.
And-
So wait a minute, Jovi. You talked about giving people props. Why don't you give Mrs. Carnal props on the fact that she is everything that you rail against and claim and generalize all women to be.
Whoa! Miss Carno's raising four. Mrs.
What?
Carno's raising 4 kids with a
There you
happy
go.
husband. She's not the woman I mention at all. If any, no,
Okay,
you're right.
thank
I
you.
do
So
mention
then
this
give
woman.
Mrs.
This
Carnal.
is the.
Thank you. That's all I ask. Give her
Thank you.
props.
What? Thank you. What?
No, I
I
said
don't need
thank
to
you
give
for
her
giving her
props because
props.
she has a loving husband to do that for her every single
Dude,
day.
you stop.
By the way, I just want to give a full disclaimer. Mrs. Carnal is on the internet every day.
Ooh. Boom.
Yeah, but
Thank
you also
for that.
do stuff on the internet, so she helps you, right? And I did
No,
mention Lana
I'm actually
Lockteff. Lana
no,
Lockteff does red ice with her husband.
I'm actually trying to help her start up her own YouTube channel, and
Yay.
she's very she's a perfectionist. She cares very much about her her presentation. So this very first video is it's challenging for her. She wants it to be perfect. And
Wait a minute, she's saying yay, but she doesn't even know what's on the channel. Wait, hold on. Before you even say anything, Carnal,
what do you
what's
mean?
the channel going to be about?
What?
What's the channel going to
Women
be about?
can't support women? Hold up.
No. But you don't even know what's her platform. You don't even know what's her platform. What's her platform?
It doesn't matter. Yay
it doesn't. You see, that's
stop.
what bothers me.
Well,
That's
too
what
fucking
bothers me.
bad.
And that's
fucking
what
bad.
this is what feminists do. Feminists voted for Hillary Clinton no matter
Oh
the
my God,
platform.
I
It
didn't vote
didn't
for Hillary.
matter. It didn't matter, right? It didn't matter her platform. It's a woman. A woman's going on
No,
YouTube.
no,
Yay.
I
No,
can't
now
cheer
don't
a
get me
woman
wrong.
on for success. I
Don't
can't
get
cheer
me
a woman on
wrong.
for success. A
But you don't even
patriot
know what
doesn't matter.
you
You
don't
just
even
gave
know
her
what she's
props.
plat-
You just
You
gave
don't know
her
what's her
props.
platform. You
It
don't know what's her
doesn't
platform.
matter. I wish her
It
success.
should. Hey,
She,
Carnal,
oh my God,
Carnal.
dude.
I'm assuming her platform is going to be about motherhood, right? Or something of that
Right.
nature.
See, you didn't know that, but yet you just jumped. It
I'm
doesn't matter.
assuming.
Listen, I wish her
Hey, I could be
success.
wrong. I could be wrong. He said presentation. Maybe she's teaching some class or something. I don't know.
What, she doesn't want to be the best that she can be? She doesn't want to present herself in the best way possible,
But you
especially
don't know what's her
considering her husband already has a
platform.
following.
Okay, Carnal, what's her
So
platform?
what? Whoa!
Okay,
No!
first
Hold
off-
on.
First off,
Joby,
go on.
shh, Joby, shh, zip it. Listen,
Wow, look
you
at that.
just said you
The
want,
feminist
okay,
comes
you
out.
want women
Oh,
to like
man.
back up men and everything. So wouldn't you want her to present herself in the best light possible? Because why? Who does that reflect upon? Jovi, that
I
reflects
gave
upon me,
an
Chicano.
example.
Okay?
I gave an
So there you
example of a
go.
woman that internets. Her name is Lana
Oh, here
Lockteff.
we
She
go.
does
The
red
woman-
ice with her husband, and
I know.
she does
Enough
a
said.
great job. She does a great job. I was just watching a documentary that featured her, right? Her name's Lana Lockteff. So I have no
I
issue with
just heard
women
you mention her
interneting.
name. I'll have to check her out.
Yeah,
Send
she's
me
great.
her,
She's great.
send me the
I'll
link.
send you the documentary. Yeah, I'll
Go
send
ahead,
you.
I'll watch it.
It's called, if anything, anyone listening, it's called Europa: The Last Battle. She's featured on, I think, the ending of it, but it's a great documentary. You guys should definitely watch it. Now, but listen, what I'm trying to tell you is, I'm not going to congratulate anyone just because, like, don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure she's going to have a great channel and everything, probably better than Dana Loesch doing beat commercials. I don't know what that's about, but you know, I'm just saying,
Wow.
you know, congratulations on that. That's
Hang
great.
on, Joby.
Dude,
I'm
you
just
just
going
did
to
all
cut
the
you off
good
right
stuff.
there. Hang on.
That's fine.
Stop.
So
Go ahead.
let me see if I understand this, Joby. You heard that Mrs. Carnal lives in a household where she is a stay-at-home mom with 4 children, with a faithful religious Christian husband, and
Amen.
you're
Not
skeptical
gonna wish
about
you
what
well.
she would put on her channel.
Thank you. Boom.
I don't think it has to do with being skeptical. I'm saying it probably has, it probably doesn't have anything to do with motherhood. Maybe it has to do with something else. I don't know her platform. Like, if I don't know
See
your
the
platform,
hypocrisy?
I find
what
this to be
hypocrisy? Are you
very
just saying
hilarious.
that word, or do you really mean I'm being a hypocrite?
No,
Like,
I really
I
mean.
find this to be very
I really
very
mean you're being a
hilarious.
hypocrite.
Hilarious, but not hypocritical. I mean,
No,
am I being hypocritical?
No. Hello, I'm
But
here. Hypocritical.
What?
You are
because
being
because I
hypocritical.
don't know her. Okay, so if she has a platform that I don't like, I'm not
I
supportive of.
understand that.
You know,
I understand
like-
that. But I'm talking
like-
about your other message about backing up,
Like,
building
here, how
up
about this?
your man,
How about
and
this?
you know,
How-
being respectful, and women should
Here, I'll give
be
you an
like a
example.
certain
I'll
presentation.
give you an example. If she decides to do a vegetarian or vegan channel, I'm
Hey,
against
then
that.
you'll be
I
like,
don't support it. Right?
okay,
Oh my
no, and then I would
God.
be thumbs down.
But I
would
don't
be
know
a
her
thumbs down. But
platform.
why wouldn't
You
you
would give her
wish,
thumbs down?
dude? Why
You would give
wouldn't
her
you
thumbs
wish
down?
an American
Oh my
patriot
gosh.
success? Why? Because she's a woman. That's it. That's it.
Oh my God.
That's all you have.
What do you mean? I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
No,
You're saying
but-
wish her success, but she hasn't even started a channel yet.
So why?
Like-
Oh my God! Forget it. D.
Because-
Seriously, Jovi, stop.
Because it's so ridiculous that you're just over here congratulating someone who hasn't even started a channel yet. You're getting we're
Dude,
actually
you got
talking
so
about
offended
this.
No, you got so
No,
offended.
it's
Listen,
just
you
so
got
obvious.
so offended that
Look,
that
I
I
gave you an
congrat-
example. I gave you an
Why
example. This is
wouldn't
what
you
women
wish
did. This
anybody
is what women.
success?
This
Dude,
is what
you-
women did in the 2016 election.
Oh
They
my
just
God.
voted for a woman because she's a woman. That's it.
No,
They
I don't
they,
give
they,
a fuck about who voted for Hillary Clinton. Seriously, dude.
But I'm just
Shut
giving
up.
you an example. Look,
Stop with your examples. They have no. Oh my God, Connell, you said you would save me. Save me.
Oh
Yeah,
my God,
your
the
information's
woman needs
irrelevant.
saving. I love this.
Oh my
This is
God, I'm dying
amazing.
Yeah.
right now.
This
I'm
is
trying to be
this
good.
is a recurring
trying to
theme.
be
You know, the toxic masculinity is welcome on this channel. Yeah,
It's
so you're
not
welcome, good girl.
toxic. It's not toxic.
I
How dare you
listen.
I will
use the
be as
liberal
fucking
lexicon
toxic as I
against
want to
me?
be. God
Can
damn
I
it!
just tell you, as a woman, I
That's toxic.
fucking
As a
love
Christian
toxic
man, you shouldn't even say the
masculinity.
Lord's name in vain.
I'm
All right?
sorry.
Or what? If he has a
What do you mean, or
problem
what?
with it, he can strike me down. I love him, and he has permission. Good
Yes,
heavens!
Listen.
I get it. You love him, but you shouldn't say his name in vain, is all I'm saying.
Listen, we're not
If he has a
perfect.
problem with it, I'll talk with him about it. All right? I will handle that dilemma.
But
I'll
why would
handle
you
it.
do it? Why would you do it willingly? Like, come on, man. Like, we
He
should
didn't do it
honor.
willingly. It was
I
probably
want
just come out
to hear the
randomly.
day. I want to hear the day when God speaks down from the heaven and says, "Carnal, damn it." Literally, I would love it. I would have no opposition to this declaration. Because carnal
Yes.
does damn a lot of things. Now,
There you go.
yes,
Damn you,
Okay.
Jovi.
yes, disavowed. I will repent later.
No, it's
Now-
like, let me tell you why, Carnal. Because Carnal, look, I look at you as a figure, you know, like a positive figure. You're a father. You're a Christian.
Amen.
You have a big family. So when you speak about God, you know, I'm listening. But when you say that, it throws me completely off the rails because I do want to listen to your message. And this is not the first time this has happened. I had someone in church speak to me and then curse right after, and I just couldn't listen to his message anymore. I was like, look, I get it. We're angry. Do you know like how many times I go out there to these events and people are yelling and screaming in my ear? Do you ever hear me curse? Like, I just don't use profanity because I know that there's children around. Like, given today, I was kind
Well,
of pissed off
that's
that I missed.
respectful. That's
Yeah.
just morals.
And I've done
curse-
streams.
listen,
I've done
I curse like a
streams
sailor.
for 4. No, don't get me
Jovi,
wrong.
I
I'm
I curse like
cannot
a
moral when
sailor,
it
but
comes.
I
my
don't
life.
swear in front of elderly. I don't swear. Listen, I curse like a sailor. That's just who
And
I
I'm a
am.
New
I know
Yorker.
that
New
and I
Yorkers
know that
curse a
bothers you,
lot.
Jovi.
Yeah.
I know that bothers you, women that curse. I really give zero ducks. But anyways, I specifically I won't. I was raised with morals. Like I won't swear in front of kids
And
or
the guy that
you know,
just posted this comment loves to curse, and he gets upset that I tell him not to curse because I say
haven't even
things to
looked at
him.
comments yet, except for Milk Moms. Milk Mom, I love you. If you didn't see it, I don't know what I'm doing on here yet. So I don't know if that went through. I didn't see it. But anyways,
Milk
go ahead.
moms. Oh my. Okay, milk moms. All right.
What about
Milk
it?
moms.
What about it? What?
What do
Fight
you
me.
mean? What about it?
Well, you said something. Well, I'm asking you, what about it?
I'm like, what kind of name is that? Milk moms. Like, wow. It's
Milk
like,
It's whatever
Mom.
she
She's one of
wants
the.
to be.
She's
Good-
one of the
good
most
God.
based PB wives there is.
okay, she's a
You
wife.
want to talk?
all right.
No, Jovi. When I tell you she'd be right up your alley, she would.
What do you mean
Other
right
than
up
the
my
fact-
alley? This
other
is
than the
not
fact
a.
that she
You see-
internets.
you see,
Well,
the
because
thing
she is everything you claim a Western woman should be. And when I tell you, no joke. Milk
All right,
Mom.
let me tell you something.
Whatever.
The Western woman that I have as an ideal Western woman is my mother because she's not on the internet and her name is not Milk
Of
Moms.
course.
But it's okay.
Well, it doesn't
It's
matter.
fine.
It's irrelevant.
No, but
Yeah,
if my mother was a whore, I would shame her publicly because I have no respect for whores.
Dude, who the fuck are you calling a whore?
Oh my God!
His mother,
you didn't even
apparently.
hear me, did you?
Dude, no,
No,
I
no, no,
know.
no, no,
I
no,
heard
no.
everything
I
up
said-
to that.
No. I said, look, I don't have respect for whores. So if my mother was a whore, because you make it seem like I'm not going to ever attack my mother. But that's because
I
my
got that
mother
right. I understood. No, Jovi, I understood that right. Okay, I need to calm down. I understood that
I'm
correct.
sorry, it's me. I'm very
No,
like, you know,
it is because where
confrontational,
did
but-
hold on, but no, you're the only person that brought up whore. What?
No.
Where did you get whore from what I said?
Because I'm trying to tell you that I'm not going to defend my mother. Like, yeah, I love my mother and everything, but if she wasn't the way she was, like, I would not love her. Like if she was a whore, if I see
Again,
men
where did
coming
you
in
get
and out,
whore from? That makes, dude, stop. Oh my God, you make my brain
you don't know where
hurt.
I got it
Make
from,
my
really.
brain
It's
hurt.
the idea that I'm gonna be biased about my mother's. Like, no, if my mother was a whore, which I'm giving you an example of the things that
Good
I'm against.
heavens.
I'm
God.
vehemently against the whoremongering, right? So if my mother was one, I would be.
Hey, Jovi, did
Yes.
you know that God loves whores?
Oh my
Who?
God.
Did
No,
you
Mom,
know
I
that
love
God
you.
loves whores?
Yes, I get that the Lord said, "Come as you are." I get it, right?
No.
I
No,
get
no,
it.
no, 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 no. I
I get
mean,
it.
he has specifically selected whores to be part of his lineage when he
There you
became
go.
the Son of Man.
What?
Okay, but these are women who repented. These are women who redeemed themselves. When
Okay,
you have,
so
I'm telling you right now, the examples that I'm talking about are not women. First of all, these women don't have any conviction, right? And that's the problem with women altogether. A lot of women don't
okay,
have conviction. Like
Jovi,
you don't hear it.
we're going to learn a word. We're going to learn a word
All
that
right,
I
don't
want
talk to me
you
like
to
I'm some little
specifically.
school kid. Don't talk to me like I'm a little school, like
Apparently, I need to.
I'm a
Apparently, I
child.
need to because this is something
But
I
you
want
don't.
you to take with the rest of your life. It's called discernment, Jovi.
Okay,
Discernment. Do you know what it means?
why don't you tell me?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God, I've been trying to teach him this for a minute. Go ahead.
Discernment means making a judgment based on the facts that are relevant
Yeah.
and being able to tell what is important and what is not important. Being
You know
able to
what,
make a
Jovi?
righteous judgment.
You know why Jovi has a problem? Because Jovi has a lot of vengeance. Jovi, you do. You have animosity where like if you feel like you're slighted and all right,
Well,
I'm
no,
gonna.
hang on.
Do you know any
That's
women?
so.
Let me
Let me cut
ask you a
in here.
He
question. Let
does
me
so.
ask a question to
Everything is
both of you,
shameful that way.
actually.
Everything is
No,
Do you
shameful
know?
that
hang
Okay,
on.
way.
let me
I'm
ask you a
not
question. No,
done.
no, 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 no.
I'm not done,
Let,
Jovi. I'm not
okay,
done.
go on. Go
I'm
on.
not done. Just let me go on here. Just
Go ahead.
like you showed discernment with the whores that were part of, Christ's line, could you not do that with everyone else in your life? Just a little bit.
Preach.
Just a
I
little bit.
believe.
Just show a little more discernment with the rest of the people around you. Or are you
Jovi,
just
All right.
what's unbelievable?
Let me
Jovi,
ask
what's
you a question.
unbelievable? No,
Let me
what's
ask you a question.
unbelievable?
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Go ahead.
Okay. Do any of you
seriously
know
5
a
seconds?
woman
Go
that's
on.
in jail because of a man? Do any of you know a woman that's in jail because of what a man said?
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Like I seriously cannot give a damn anymore. I can't.
That's incredible.
And yes, yes, he's muted.
Okay, I was just
And
gonna.
I did it. I did it. I'm not even ashamed of it.
I'm dying right now. Oh,
Because
no.
I can try as hard as I might to bring this to a more positive direction, a more
tried.
wholesome development.
It's a battle. It's a battle of the sexes. What do you
Oh,
mean
here
you're
we
trying to
go.
find a way to make it more? It's a battle.
It is a
God
bit.
damn it.
Listen, it's a battle, but not in the way that you see it.
No,
It's a battle against Listen, Joey. Again, I will keep it. It's real. It's real simple. As Connell said, beef with you. You generalize. I hate people that generalize. Like, more than life. Don't lump all people into something. Like one thing. It's just that's not the way life works. But you are that way. That's the way you work. And that's my beef with you.
You know how they have the whole all X are like that? Like not all X are like that. That NAC salt,
Yeah.
right? That's what
Yeah.
it's called now. Yeah, I believe in something called Tupo, which is all X are like that until proven otherwise. Okay, so
Again, here we go.
Okay,
This was a big,
back,
hold on, Connell, just
back
let me
to
say
the
this.
discernment.
Connell, let me just say
Go
this.
on.
Listen, I said this with you the other day, Jovi. You're like, okay, you're supposedly, you want this big utopia in America, and like all this, you're a constitutionalist. You want all these freedoms. That is antithetical. It's hypocritical to what you say.
I don't.
It
I,
is.
I'm not
It's
a.
not.
I'm
It's
not a
not.
constitutionalist. I don't want freedoms. You haven't
Oh,
been listening to what I've been saying.
You don't want freedoms? Oh my God. All right, go ahead.
I want
Again, this
okay,
goes
okay.
back
Look,
to the
look,
discernment thing.
freedom has given us.
You are
Freedom has
apparently
given us
unable
tranny story
to
hour.
discern between
Freedom has
when
given
you
us
need to
tranny
be an
story
autistic
hour.
shithead and when you don't need to be an autistic shithead. Like,
Oh,
but like again, when we go back
Okay,
to the harlots that were in Christ's lineage, you made a clear judgment.
I
Why were you not
haven't
able to
cursed
do this?
you. I have not cursed you out, and I have not cursed her out. So don't insult me. Okay,
I'm
like I didn't.
not,
I'm not
dude.
insulting you guys. So don't
If
insult me.
I tell yes,
what did you?
but if I
I
tell
missed
you,
that. I
if I
missed
tell
that.
you, for example, that my wife, who pretty much meets every criteria you could ever want in a Western woman,
Amen.
is going to
All right.
have
Jovi
a
specifically.
YouTube channel. Why the skepticism? Why the immediate need to go, wait a minute? Especially if I'm the one helping her set it up.
It was. It was being. It wasn't towards you. It was towards her reaction to that. You know. It was. It was her reaction to it. It was like,
She had the right reaction.
awesome,
That was
great,
the correct
the
response.
right reaction. Wow. Okay,
That
the
was
right
the correct
reaction.
response.
The correct response. Look, I'm just
Yes.
saying, look, if your wife has a channel, great. Like I'm not why would I be she's already married. She did what she had to do as a woman, okay? Like there's no issue with her doing that. I'm fine with if a woman wants to do something after she has kids and everything, like after that, right? That's fine because she already did that part of her life, and if she has a husband that supports her, great. She's still, doing the traditional lifestyle. Even with that, even if you want to push it into, I wouldn't even call it postmodernism. I'm even for women with their husbands doing on like e-commerce together or something like that. It's fine. I don't want women leaving their house and going into that real world and having to deal with all these different types of men when they could just deal with their husbands and their children. And
Okay.
if your wife, hold on, if your
Go.
wife wants to do the channel and everything like that, she already did her motherly duties. Like I can even go as far as to say wait until the youngest is 18. I mean 18 in order to start your life. Because that's what I think my mother did. But well, actually not even. My mother's like right after everybody became 18. Then she took care of the grandkids. It's like it's so beautiful how a mother will go back to mothering no matter what. But
No,
Because
it's
it's
just like
the
instinctual, of
reason
course.
the reason that me and Mrs. Carnell came up with the idea of her doing her channel was because I had told her that evil only succeeds when good men do nothing. And
Absolutely.
she had been told by her friends and her family that when she shares with them our Bible study sessions and the kind of discussions that we have, that they find it really helpful and instructive for them, and it helps uplift their day. So that's what she wants to do. That's what she wants to memorialize, is our scripture studies as a couple, and the things that she learns and gleans and talks with her friends and family about on a regular basis. And so getting that message out in a way that she wants, in a concise way, that so that she leaves nothing out, in a way that she would normally converse with her with those who she cares for. That's what she wants. Now, as her husband, who has told her that we need to set this example, that we need to make sure that these things are accessible. And you even said, when I speak of, religious topics and things of that nature, you listen. My wife also listens, and she also learns, and she also contributes. And she wants that to be a part of what she shares with the world at large. So, where the hell was I going with that?
Oh,
you were explaining, Joey. Go ahead.
no, I honestly think
So-
that's beautiful.
Well,
Like
yes.
I support that.
okay.
Absolutely.
And
See,
we
now
were
now that I
talking.
know what you're talking about, I support that. Of course.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
Jovi, can I just cut you off right there? Again, I got to call you out on your hypocrisy of being a traditional listen, but
I think you feel
claim
good
this
to tell
whole-
men they're wrong.
Is
I think
it
that makes you
not?
feel
No,
good.
listen, but is it not? Dude, I'm
Even
on
if they're not.
I'm on a podcast. Yeah, shush. Listen, so is it not okay for a woman to praise her, like praise another woman to all right, another human being to praise another human being, because like, isn't that the Christian thing to do? Isn't that the Catholic thing? Like, Catholics, don't wish negative on people. Like, they want genuine good things for other people. Isn't that like the Catholic way to do things? That's the way I was raised. All right.
Well, I'm not
Are you not
Catholic.
Catholic?
I'm
Okay,
I'm
but
a
you believe in God,
non-denominational
but
who grew up with
hey,
fire and
but it
brimstone
doesn't matter,
preachers that
dude.
said you're gonna burn in hell.
That's
Those
fine.
are
That's fine.
those
But
are the preachers that I grew up with.
so basically, your type of, well, you're non-denominational, and I get that. Although I don't necessarily understand it, you just you just don't agree with like wishing good things upon other people, like good charity and goodwill and.
I do tell people, like, stay well, God bless,
Right, I know,
you know,
dude. I know that you've said God. You just said God bless to me earlier before we come on the cast. Like this is what I'm saying about you being hypocritical. Why you reacted so viscerally to the fact that I said God bless, good luck, and you're like, oh, you don't know what our stream is about. You don't. I can't just wish somebody who I
no, you didn't
already
say God
know,
bless. You
who I
didn't say
already
God
know
bless
you
and good
agree
luck.
with, and is like the epic Western woman, Catholic, white, like everything you espouse. Just do you see the epicness of your hypocrisy?
How is it hypocrisy? I was just speaking about you.
Go ahead.
Look, you said yay. Like, you don't even know.
Yeah, meaning like
you said she's starting a.
Listen, good for you. I was saying, I wish anybody success in whatever ventures they want in life. That's the beauty of being
Especially when
American.
they're on
Even
your
if I
team.
listen, go ahead.
Especially when they're on your team, when they're clearly
Thank
something
you.
that's,
I'm
epitomizes
not
what you
against
see and what you want to be a part of. So, again, when it comes to those who are actually succeeding or who like exemplify your beliefs, in comparison to everything else in this movement you have to look at, come on, stop. You gotta stop biting your nose to spite your face, man. It's not healthy.
Yeah. Thank you, because this is why I said this was like a visceral reaction within him. Like he didn't even give me the chance to say,
do not
you know what I mean? It was
overanalyze that. Come
just,
on, really?
no, dude. Oh, listen, stop, Mudchuck, calling Mudchuck. Stop the hypocrisy.
Do
I
not.
can't.
You see,
Jovi.
this is it right here. You're gonna call me something that I use
All
to
right,
define
okay,
a woman
I did that. All right.
who
Listen.
betrays her people.
Stop. It wasn't done to bring that up. Not even a little bit. It was done about your hypocrisy, because I've called you on it since this whole thing started. And I don't, I told you I don't get into all personals. Like I don't ad hominem. I keep it real. That's the one thing you'll know about me. You may not agree with everything I say. You may not like like I don't like the way you approach stuff. You have the right to do that. I'm gonna call you out on it every chance I get. Well, not like isn't negative, like because I'm targeting you, because I know you're paranoid like that. It's not like I got anything after you. It's just that I can't. I'm so over hypocrisy in people. And again, I acknowledge I'm a hypocrite in a lot of areas, not intentionally.
As
I'm
am
just not.
I. I'm a
Listen, I
hypocrite
am not
too.
perfect. No,
Yeah.
whoa. Okay, well, good. We got the. This is recording, right? We got this.
I don't care.
This
I-
will be
What do
saved
you
for
mean?
all
Wait. No.
posterity.
This is I'm a hypocrite. I'm a hypocrite because I was talking about looking for a trad woman and all these other things, and then I end up with
No,
some politogram
no,
whore.
no,
Like
here we
that's
go.
why I'm the hypocrite, because I
No,
was
that's
supposed to
not
get
why you're
something.
the hypocrite. Listen, I've exposed you on your hypocrisy on
You can't
several
expose
other
me because
points,
I expose myself
several other
enough.
points besides Stella. So let's
Why do you have to drop names for?
Oh shit!
Okay, so I'll just talk about. You want to talk about
Listen, I
mud
apologize.
sharks? You want to talk about mud sharks? I
Oh,
believe
here we
Minerva's a
go.
mud shark, and that's why she's
Mute.
not on here tonight.
Mute. No, that's actually not why she's on here. Why she's not on here tonight. But again,
You don't have to do that. Like I don't drop
no, that
names or
wasn't
anything.
Joby. That
I
wasn't
don't.
my intention. Believe me, that wasn't my
No,
intention.
I know. It
I
seems like everybody always
Good
wants to.
Lord.
I fucked
Look.
up. Okay.
No, you
But-
didn't mess up. You didn't mess up. I messed up. I should have never got myself involved with a harlot. That was my fault, I was fooled by the imagery, by the cross on the neck. I was fooled by all this nonsense being spoken. I should have known that politicians lie. And I know this because I worked with the GOP and they're full of crap. And this is why I don't trust any party. This is why I don't trust anybody that says that they're a patriot, a nationalist, or a conservative. You have to show me. Okay, show me that. You want to talk about me being a hypocrite and everything? I've done so many things that really, really were not right, like in the MAGA movement, and I tried to change in that direction. I stopped drinking, I stopped smoking, I stopped cursing. I do whatever I can to avoid the whores, and then I end up with one, and I made that mistake. And you know what? I'm gonna keep
you're
making
not
that
perfect.
mistake.
No, you're not perfect. I'm not fault. Listen.
I didn't say I was.
Whatever. It just what?
But I never said I was perfect. I
No,
never said that.
No, but you said you were not wrong. You said you were never wrong. So
No. I say
again,
prove
it was
me
a
wrong.
joke.
If you can prove
It
me
was a
wrong, then
joke.
yeah.
It was a
Okay,
joke.
okay.
You're paranoid. Like you took that
I
way
am
too
paranoid.
Boys
personally.
and girls, boys
No,
and
you
girls,
took
boys
that
and
way
girls. It
too
is that
personally.
time.
I
Hang
was
on.
teasing.
No, I just don't like when we're
Hey.
talking about, like, I generalize too because I don't want to use names.
No,
All right, guys. It is that time. We've been going on for about like 2 hours now. And we need to wrap it up. It's been lively, to say the least. So why don't y'all tell everyone who you are, where to find you, and we'll close it with that.
I go because I have to think of what I'm suspended or banned from.
All right, so Joby, go and tell people where to find you.
My name is Jovi Val, and you can find me at the next MAGA event.
All right. Fair enough.
Well,
Good
there you
girl.
go. Well, I know I'm at Good Girl PBG on Telegram, Good Girl PBG on Twitter, which I'm currently suspended from, and unfortunately, because of the Rona, they
Proud of your
can't.
girl.
They
Proud of your
can't
girl.
handle. Yeah, they can't handle my information to my request to unsuspend my. I don't even know why I'm suspended. I haven't posted on there in months. I did one post on Luke Uncaged on one of his comments. I swear in like 6 months, and all of a sudden I'm suspended. But I'm also Paula at PBG. Proud of your girl PBG.
All right, awesome. Guys, that's it for the night. Stay calm and God bless. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Love you. Proud of you, boy.